Decimate by Stephen R. Donaldson is one of the many books that Victor got at New York Comic Con this year, and that I have had the pleasure of reading before it was released. However, I accidentally deleted the footage from when I reviewed it the first time, so this book has been released now. It was released on November 14th, 2017. The novel is supposed to be the first in a trilogy, which is a great thing because I definitely wanted more from it. While Victor was reading it, I looked at a random page that he was on and I said, good dialogue, bad action writing, and you know what? After reading this book, I stand by my initial review. Stylistically speaking, I just don't think that this book is really anything special. The writing's sort of flat and it doesn't do a lot with the writing stylistically to make it a good book. The story is still pretty entertaining. It opens on the never-ending war. The never-ending war is between the countries of Belliger and Amica. Amica? The countries have been at war longer than anybody can remember, but they're still fighting anyways, despite the fact that nobody knows why they're fighting. Both sides have sorcerers on the battlefield that can just do massive amounts of damages with their 6 powers called Decimates. Their Decimates are fire, wind, pestilence, earthquake, drought, and lightning, which, yeah, kind of cliche powers, but more or less what I expected from a book my husband described as Game of Thrones meets Avatar: The Last Airbender. Or shortly after the invention of rifles and their introduction to the war, all of the 6 Decimates stop working. Most of the story is just a story of a quest that is led by the Prince of Belliger, who's searching for this rumored 7th Decimate. But, you know, it's a pretty basic quest story. The group faces trials, and they travel a world that is larger and more complex than they ever imagined, and they meet people who are different from themselves and think differently than they do. And, you know, it's cool. The 7th Decimate is a fairly simple, archetypal fantasy book. The characters are flat, but familiar to anyone who really has read a lot of the genre. Feeling familiar is nice, and they were able to really transform old tropes into something that feels a little bit newer, which is a success as far as I'm concerned. I found some of the novels to be really thoughtfully written, but it was really just an okay read for me. I would rate it 3 out of 5 rifles, I guess. As I mentioned, I was only able to read this book early because of Victor, who is awesome, and whose review you can find at moderngaffa.com, link in the Chamber of Secrets. If you like what I make and want me to be able to review more books, you can subscribe, watch another video of mine, or support me on Patreon. And hey, I love you.